If you are using ComfyUI, you definitely will need this tool. So I work with ComfyUI for some time now. You have this folder. Inside the folder, you open a ComfyUI. Next, what you have? You have a tons of models. They're all different models, diffusion models. Many of them maybe have a little bit different name, but no way for you to know if it's same model than other ones or not. So you have a collection of this model. Outputted, all of these images, everything that's producing all over places and different workflows creating their own. And speak about workflows. This is mess, at least to me. So in this video, I want to show you how to use this tool. Most important, it's absolutely free. Link down below there for the GitHub. Download it, easy to install. I need point couple things. One, it's utilize a vector database. For if you're not familiar, it does not move any of your assets around. It just hash them, it's analyze them and build special on a SQLite database. Very teeny tiny print, but all informations about your data. And most importantly, it's cross-link them. You'll see what I was meaning by cross-link. So let's open these applications. As you open right here, you'll notice on the top, you will have a configuration settings. Usually it will open configuration by itself if you never set up first time, but just in case, if you just open or skip it, you can go inside. And here you can specify locations. So you can add multiple locations. It's just in case if you have multiple installations and you want to monitor all of them at once. As well, this will also can work with the YAML file. So if you have it in ComfyUI special configuration file, which is still like models, maybe like it on different, you can also just include here and it will work with this. So next you have the searchability. In searchability, you can specify how precise you want it, how much you want to look, how much accurate can be to your descriptions. Well, we'll look a little bit more on this as we're going. Just let you know, it is located here. As well, we have it location, jobs here, some storage informations, updates, if any new updates is there, and activity, what was done. To look a little bit more on those, we need to see what's happening here. Inside here, you'll notice we have our models, nodes, workflows, outputs, and storage. Important for us, we have it also reindexing and hash. I recommend you to run those ones. They may take a little bit time, depending on how much you have it. In my case, it took over 2 hours because I have it so much nodes, workflows. I have it so much of the models that was taking that much time. So the hash is, let me explain what it is. It's creating a special unique kind of this SHA-256 code. It just not just check on the file, the size, the name. No, it's actually to see if the content of the file is exactly the same by setting the special key. And after we can compare 2 files by based on this and says, do these 2 files is exactly the same. So it's kind of help us. Besides that, it did also a lot of different analysis here about these models. As we're looking on this, let's go closer. You'll notice some models, it may be red, some in green, some safe tensors, diffusion models, some not. So on our left side, we can also just narrow down to specific. Let's start with one that may be bad. If we click on integrity issues, it's actually identify these 2 models in our folder. The one, it's have it something unsupported format, and if we select, you can see right here, it's actually explain us what's wrong with this. It's tell you what architecture, legacy, what's going on wrong with this. Also, it's showing if you, for example, I was developed separately, but it's showing me where I actually was using this. You remember I told you about cross-linking. So this is system, it will cross-link what model, what workflow you used with what output, and you can go in between them. For example, if you like output, you want to see what model you was using, it's easy to going this way. Okay, let's go look on this safe tensor, see what's wrong with this. And it's tell us it is not AI model. In this case, if you upload something and it's pretend like it's something that not supposed to be, it's identifying and it can tell you what's wrong with this or why this model not work. Maybe it's not complete download or other issues may be occurred. So right there, you can see it explaining. Next, let's go look, for example, on all. And we have it also upscale model. This is also, you can go directly to the base model or through the folders. So let's go see, we're going with diffusion model. If I click right there, I use it 763 gigabyte just on diffusion model. There, 61 of them. And I can preview, like for example, these saved tensors. Let's look on this, earn image, and then showing me what it's creating, what detection signals, parameters, components, which would it work. It's very helpful when you start build your workflow because you can see if they will work together. Okay, additional information, if any, of provided here. And of course, beside the just the folders, you can go and says, I want to see what type they have it. For example, I want all clip or geometry for 3D if you need it. Or for example, precision points. I need every FP3. And of course, you have your ratings if you need it. Well, let's go look. This is our, if we have any audio encoders. Oh, precision. Let's remove our precision, the filter from top. And right here, we have it one of these. Geometry here, we have it our text encoder. Of course, you can go on the top and just add any of these. For example, we go says with one text encoder for LTV1 video. And there you go. We found one is displaying. As well, if I click on this model, notice what's happening on the side. It's telling me what workflows is actually using this model. So I can check and says, oh, I'm using this in my Geekatplay clips and also LTX directory. So I'm using this specific text encoder in those areas, so it's useful for me. This is how you can see cross-link. And this work for everything, not just a one way, it's work in another. This one is, we can go more around there, but just general let you know, you can explore this. You can check a little bit more how it's work with all different encoders. If you have any questions on integrity, you can always just click integrity issue and just take care of those. Well, you may say, you know, I have all of this stuff. How I do clean up this? Beside, of course, you can just click delete and move from here. If you click and jump down to the storage, here is actually showing you all information on your ComfyUI directories. It's showing you what footprint right now, how many reclaimable unused model you have it, that it is verify if that model never used in any workflows. So it is how much left for my space because I use the SSD drive. It's how much left. Also, it's showing me that information here on the size. They also specify which one, just recommendation, give it, specify what I can reclaim, what I can do, what it does not use it, footprint on all of them. Can look in a cleanup candidates. And here's become more interesting because you can see it says identical content SSH. So it's identified as these two files. They're identical. And you can also just select one of them and delete it. As I said before, it's not just going by name, its size. It does going by specifically SHA-256. So it's actually hashtag them, see if it's exactly the same, and then it's placed it here. And you can see it's showing some duplicates here, what we have it, which one is the same, and then you can say delete them if you need it. Well, also you can click on duplicates and verify it if here. I think I'm just still. So, okay, you also can restore from Tash. And also, as we in storage, we can go through the ComfyUI install, which is tell me, hey, I'm a little bit behind. They have new versions just released. And from here, you also can install it and run official updater. So you can update directly from here your latest ComfyUI. More statistical data below. Let's right now look on a node. If you know the ComfyUI, we work with nodes. Yes, we put it, we connect all those nodes together. One of the better way for me, at least, to search for these nodes, to see what I can use it, what I can install, which nodes is obsolete, is not supported anymore. So, and right here, it's actually going and analyze all of them. For example, if we're going to node ComfyUI Classic, and we look on the sides, you can see some of them may have it even more nodes and explaining and what they're using. So let's go like right here. You can verify how many inputs, outputs, what this node have it. Well, this is some nodes, for example, when I build, and this is have it a little bit more explanations. And notice also, this is tell me which workflow I'm actually using these nodes. Of course, you can click and we do this. We'll click on a workflow later that you can go inside and analyze workflow as well. But here it's tell me what is using, where it's using, and all information about this. As well, you have different categories like KJ nodes. Okay, let me kill this one. So and it's showing all of nodes here, One is deprecated, tell me that old node does not support anymore. It's a destroy it. This is will update, but you can always going and just run updates as well from directly your system. Let's look a little bit on a workflow. Workflows, it is going through all of your folders. It's going through official work folder. It's going in the custom nodes. It's find anywhere where's the control all of those directories, find any workflow and put them here so you can actually access much easy from here. An example, I can go like Geekatplay. Well, recently added one. We just did. Yes, Geekatplay. I can have mine. Notice it says runnable and some says missing. If it's missing, it will tell you which specific nodes it's missing and ask you if you want to install or find closest match to them if they're not there. So it's kind of help you in this case. And of course, if you run here, you can click runnable and you can open this directly, this workflow inside the ComfyUI. If you want it, you can preview download it, open this, we'll go ahead and open inside your ComfyUI when you launch and you set up properly. So it will do this as well. For example, it is showing what classes it's using inside. It's for my music analysis, I did it. And as well, what type, file, and where is this location. And before we go into output, let me point that everything is searchable here. Of course, you can go inside and you can type Wovka and you can see right here, it's actually search through everything. So we can go like to my specific workflow or model or some other ones what I did it. Or for example, you can see this is also search for the output. It will display directly on the page where you are. What I was meaning by this, if you're on models and you type a display on this, if we're going in here, output here, so you can see it is actually find me. It's when I was training with a LoRA. So it's actually find my images from LoRA. And of course, you can right there and preview. This is two types of the search. One is the direct contextual and one is a smart. Smart is a little bit different. This is allowed you to going a little bit closest by vector. It's meaning, I know this is showing, but it's because I actually did them. So it's kind of with Wovka, but if you need it, you can go inside this search, remember tell, and right here, you can actually set what you want, loose, wider, strict. So it's this is more AI-based search. Well, and as we're speaking about the smart search, you'll notice right here, you can buy coffee for me. If you want to just give a donations or going to my YouTube channel and see new videos. But next to this is a system help. If we click on this, this is overall status. It's tell you how's your system work. What is our database? Notice only 66 megabytes, teeny tiny database. All this stuff is showing you what integrity problem you have. It's going to be different ones. Partial download, like for example, right here, I did not even know, but look, I found something wasn't complete, so I can go clean up and delete it. And I also have a suspect remote. This is actually some mine code because I was in developing and when creating, I'm sometimes pushing different edges. So in here was kind of saying, because all of our UI, you can switch to different size, you can put it preview thumbnails or list if you need it, always going to sort by different stuff, different groups if you need it, reorganize them, readjust. If you click on an image, you can see right here, it will display all information. Image was created, including you can open model on which one it was created in this case. And if you have image, video, of course, you can go and play directly this video inside. As well, if you have just a music, it will play. So it's all playable, all previewable with media size. And of course, you can download it directly in direct here where you want it. I think this is kind of a tool that I want to share with you, showing what it can do, how it's, oh yeah, yes, we do have this special 3D previewer also. So it does preview all these different medias and different type of the objects can go for us. Well, let me know what you think. This is actual tool I built for myself to work with models, work with a ComfyUI specifically with asset management. It's my like asset vault management. If you do like it, let me know. But now big question, how do you get it? Yes, how you can get that applications. Link down below and it's available for free on my GitHub. All what you need to do, you can go here, just click on a code and download it as a zip file, or just copy as a git and clone. After, when you instruct, files is here, install dependencies, and it's have it for Windows, Mac, and Linux, so you can use it any of those. And it's also have it start and stop scripts, just to help you very fast start and launch all necessary and front end. And this is do separate because we don't want to slow down as we're working. So a lot of stuff will run in the background, like indexing and doing those hashtags, so it does not kind of block you from doing your stuff. Down below, you'll find all informations, including some screenshot. Sorry, they're a little bit from earlier versions. Now you can notice by the colors, they look slightly different. Mostly if you go to models, you can see right here. General, they should be same everything, including to install, what is using, how it is searching, how it's analyzing. So let me know, what do you think? If you think it's worth a tool, click on the star right here. Add star to this, download it, use it. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you for all your support, and we'll see you next time. Bye.